Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Today we're going to focus on something that's really exciting. What I have in my hand here is actually the HUAWEI MatePad 11, and I personally think that this is one of the most underrated tablets of 2021. Now the reason why I say that is because a lot of people, when they think of just buying tablets, they always go to the default brand of that particular fruit. But actually, there are actually quite a fair bit of fun stuff that you can get from HUAWEI on its MatePad 11 right here. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience after using this tablet here for quite a bit of time now, why I think it's actually a pretty good tablet, and also the reasons that you should also consider if you are looking to buy a new tablet. Now before I do that, first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about the price. And this HUAWEI MatePad 11 is going for RM1999 here in Malaysia, and that gives you the basic spec of 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory. Now if you have a slightly higher budget, you can go all the way up to 2399, and that gives you 256GB of internal memory. So it's mainly a difference in memory, but the RAM amount is the same. The best part here is occasionally HUAWEI do carry out promotions and campaigns. Meanwhile, on the other hand, brands like Apple charge much more money for their iPad Air with lower storage. And worse still, when you add in the Apple Pencil and keyboard, the price for these accessories are almost equivalent to the tablet itself, as you can see here. This is just way too expensive. Now, what I really like about this tablet here after using it for a couple of weeks now, I would say, is that it has a really nice design and texture. So on most tablets, we always find that it is the standard aluminum kind of texture, which is always cold to touch, when you get it up from the morning. Some of you guys like that. Me personally, I like this kind of materials on the back. It is sort of like a rubberish or a fox leather kind of thing, but it feels really nice to touch, and it's always like not super cold to hold. So I do find it a little bit more grippy and easier to hold compared to something like an aluminum back panel. But overall, I think it just looks awesome here. I do happen to have two versions. We have one in this black, which is actually a smooth back aluminum back, and I also have this green version here that actually feels so much more nicer to touch on the back here. Very nice stuff. Apart from that, we also have this really slim edges all over the device itself. So it's a very slim tablet here, and it's not too heavy as well for those of you who like to use one-handed. Alright, so apart from that, let's talk a little bit about the displays. We do have a couple of nice specifications here. I'm going to go through the specifications straight away all at one go, and then we'll talk about the more important stuff of how does it actually feel like to use a HUAWEI MatePad 11. So right off the bat, in terms of specifications, yes, we do get an 11-inch LCD display at the front here. It is an IPS panel, and the good news here is that it refreshes at 120Hz, so that means that everything is buttery smooth. For a price of under 2,000 ringgit here in Malaysia, you're getting one of the best displays here. Although it is not an AMOLED panel, but the colors, the contrast levels, everything is great and awesome to look at. So that's in terms of the display. Apart from that, in terms of the power, we are getting a Snapdragon 865 here, paired with the 6GB of RAM that I mentioned earlier on. Now, just for your perspective, the Snapdragon 865, although it is not the latest Snapdragon 800 series processor, but bear in mind, this is still stronger than the latest mid-range Snapdragon processor, which is the 778. So in terms of power, it is adequately sufficient for all your common needs. So that's what we get inside here. In terms of the memory, like I mentioned earlier on, you have 128, you also have 256GB depending on your budget. Now moving on, we also have a single firing camera at the back here. This is a 13MP rear facing camera, and at the front here we do have an 8MP selfie camera for those of you guys who want to take video calls on your tablet itself. Now last but not least, we also have a fairly large battery at the back. It's 7000 plus mAh. It supports quick charge and all that, but yeah, overall I'm able to get a few days of battery life on one single charge under heavy use on the HUAWEI MatePad 11. Now that we've got all the specifications out of the way, I just want to talk about the experience using the MatePad 11. Basically, for me, when I use a tablet, I use it for two main purposes. The first one here is definitely in terms of the entertainment, and that's where I think this MatePad 11 definitely excels exceedingly. Now what I mean by that is, first and foremost, I do a lot of Netflix. I'm not sure about you guys, but if you do watch a lot of Netflix, and I mean quite a fair bit, you will be very surprised at the quality of this display right here. You are able to play Netflix videos all in high definition. So that means that everything that you watch on the tablet here is crystal clear. And the best part, the even better part here, is mainly about the 4 speakers that we have all over the device. The speakers just sounds amazing. You have to really try it out in person. If you ever go to a HUAWEI store, go check it out. Try out the speakers and you'll get what I mean. The speakers is just amazing. I do not have to plug in any speakers to the tablet itself when I am watching like movies or listening to music. It's just great on the tablet itself. So amazing stuff there. Apart from that, if you do a lot of YouTube, similarly like video stuff, you can actually watch a lot of great movies on this tablet right here because again, it is a great display, contrast level is great, saturation level is great, and paired with the amazing speakers, it's bound to give you an awesome entertainment experience. Now moving on to the second point right here in terms of entertainment, I also play games lightly on the tablet. More often than not, I prefer to play it on my phone, for example. Yeah, I do have my phone right here. But if you do want to play a couple of games on the MatePad 11 here, you can do that. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier on, we have the Snapdragon 865. That means you are able to play most of the games very smoothly on this MatePad 11. Now, I'm going to move on to the next point and talk a little bit about the productivity side of things because I know some of you guys, you buy the tablets to actually do a little bit more of your work on the tablet itself. So before I start that, yes, I do have the keyboard over here. It's really easy to attach on and you have a full-blown keyboard here. Again, very easy to use. And the MatePad 11 also supports the M Pencil 2.0. That means that it is less latency and very, very smooth to write on this display itself. So let's talk a little bit about that. In terms of productivity, the first thing I want to highlight here is if you do a lot of like, let's say documents, PowerPoints, and Excel sheets, you can actually use the app in the Huawei MatePad 11 itself. And the easy part here is that combined with the multitasking capabilities of the MatePad 11, you can drag and drop from apps very easily to put in pictures into your documents and vice versa. It's very easy to do that. And the best part here, again, with this easy connection to the smart keyboard over here, you can do that very seamlessly. Now, moving on to the next point here, yes, let's talk a little bit about the M Pencil. I know a lot of you guys actually like to draw stuff on your tablet. So again, with this M Pencil 2.0, latency is down, is reduced. I won't say it's super smooth, just like a pencil one-to-one, but it is actually very close to that. So I'm going to show you guys a very quick drawing that I was able to do on the MatePad 11, so you can see roughly how the latency is like, how does it feel like to actually draw pictures on a tablet like the MatePad 11. So that's that. Now moving on, of course, if you are the kind of person who takes up a lot of video calls, well, the good news here is that, again, we do have that 8-megapixel selfie camera. I'm going to show you a quick clip, and we do have 4 built-in microphones. That means that all the audio that you are conveying through the video camera is going to be very crystal clear. Alright, testing out the audio on the Huawei MatePad 11. This is shot using the front-facing camera, which is right in the middle over there. Yep, hope all of you are having a great day. This is how it sounds like. I'm about an arm's length distance from the tablet itself. So yeah, this is how it sounds like and this is how it looks like. Let's return to the video. Alright guys, so those are the couple of things that you can actually do with your MatePad 11. Personally, again, I think that for the price of just RM1999, again here in Malaysia, it is a very affordable or decent price point for the MatePad 11. You do get very decent specs. You also get an awesome display, and the best part here, again, I think a lot of you guys would want to watch movies on your tablet here. So the support for HD in Netflix and paired with those awesome speakers, it gives it an amazing entertainment experience. Of course, if you also want to do your productivity stuff, like I mentioned, the apps is now Word, PDF, PowerPoint, Excel and all that, you can also just pair it with the keyboard so easily and get that seamless integration. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about the Huawei MatePad 11. Is this something that you might consider? Do you still have any more questions about this device? Feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Of course, if you support the channel, don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel and see more content like this. And I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!